Hello and welcome to this sewing tutorial to make your bag Anna. You will find in your sewing kit the different pieces of the bag as well as the metal parts. The thread, the 2 needles and a small pair of scissors. To complete this kit you will need a lighter. First of all, we start by sewing the inside pocket of the bag. To do this, take the square piece and the small pocket to put in the inner part. We take 5 lengths of thread based on the largest piece. For all the seams of this bag, we will do the double needle technique. Through the needle, and then we pick the thread and pass the needle through it. This will create a small loop that we will slide down the needle. You then take most of the thread and pull it gently to make the knot go up towards the needle. The same on the other side. This shape of sewing will allow us to work with the 2 needles by alternating them. So we start the sewing at the top of the pocket. You will find on the largest piece one more hole compared to the pocket. The first needle is passed through the single hole, then the second through the pocket. We pull the 2 threads to have the same length on each side, and we continue the sewing following the lines of holes. This double needle method allows us to gradually advance on the same line. You can move at your own pace by alternating the needle. At the end, the excess threads are cut off and burned with the lighter. We are going to take the trapezoid-shaped piece. There are 2, one for each side of the bag. We take 3 lengths of thread and start sewing on the front, always with the same 2 needles method. We are going to do that for both parts of the bag. From now, we will sew the fasteners to the side pieces of the bag. We take 3 lengths of thread from the widest part of the piece and start by sewing the top of the side piece. Now it's time for the attachment. With 3 lengths of thread, we will pass the metal rings through the fasteners that we will fix to the piece. The fasteners is therefore folded on itself and placed on the outer part. Don't make the mistake of sewing the fastener on either side of the piece. Once finished, we do the same for the other. And we will now add the handles to the fasteners. We take 3 lengths of the largest handle. To sew the handle, we will pass most of it through the ring. We fold it on itself and we will slide the second part of the loop with a gap of 1 hole. We end up with the first needle that goes through 2 layers and the second 3 layers with the short piece of the handle. From there, we start sewing by alternating the needles. When you get at the end, you will pass the handle through the loop and sew it the same way. Once the 2 lines are finished and the handle is ready, we will start assembling the bag. We take the first main piece and we take 4 lengths of thread. Start the seam at the bottom, taking care to put the main piece on top of the side piece. We continue with the second main piece, still in the same way. We sew over the side piece. We continue with the second handle. And we finish by connecting the last two parts. Now let's move to the zipper. We will get the two pieces that will go on either side of the zipper. We take the double side tape and we will put it on the piece to fix them on the zipper and help us with sewing. With 3 lengths of thread, we will sew the first piece. And once it's done, we do the same on the other side. So we take our bag back and we will now sew the zipper. We take 4 lengths of thread to sew it. But we will start by sewing a small mark in the center to fix the zipper. So now take a small length of thread and we will pass it between the zipper and the bag to have the zipper well centered. Once the marker has been placed, we start sewing. And when you arrive to the marker, you can remove it to finish sewing. Once the seam is done on both sides, we will move on to the most technical part, the bottom of the bag. We take 4 to 5 lengths of thread. Then we will pinch the bag by bringing the two edges of the main piece together. First, we find the center of the bag. We do the same for the bottom of the bag and we pass the needle through it. And so that's going to be our starting point for sewing. We sew the bottom of the bag on the outside so the piece is on top of the main piece. The most technical part is on the edge of the bag where you have to sew the curves. So alternate the needles by pulling on the thread without tightening too much to give the rounded shape. Now that the bag is taking shape, you can help yourself by keeping one hand inside to retrieve the needle and pass it through the holes. Once finished, you will cut the excess thread and carefully burn the rest inside the bag. All that remains is to attach the big handle. Voila! The bag Anna is done. We hope you like it and you are ready to live beautiful moments with it.